You know what I honestly don't like? Nazis. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably don't like Nazis either. But it seems that the American government really does like having neo-Nazis around and having neo-Nazis work for them, especially in proxy with the Ukrainian government. So the United States, as you recall, several years ago abolished a law that said that the United States government could not give weapons and material support to Nazi, neo-Nazi, or white supremacist kind of groups. You know, that way they could fund the Azov battalion in Ukraine, along with the Banderites, etc. So this kind of got extended into social media. You're not allowed to be a Nazi, and it's all the left liberals who control the media, and anybody who questions them is the bad guy, etc. The real Nazis are the ones that censor Nazis and nonsense like that. So, here's an example of just how much social media, particularly in this case Facebook, doesn't like Nazis. I made this joke. This was a sarcastic comment aimed at a Ukrainian charity to support the government of Ukraine. So, as you can imagine, not really liking the neo-Nazis around Zelensky's government, I made that kind of sarcastic comment. Now, as you can imagine, that comment got taken down, and I got a 24-hour ban for it. Okay, I understand. I broke the rules. Technically I did, and from Facebook's perspective, it looked like that I was supporting neo-Nazi nonsense. Okay, I understand. I broke the rules. I got the penalty. I can take it. But think about it. My comment gets taken down for allegedly supporting neo-Nazis, white supremacy, hate speech, etc., for referring to the Azov battalion. Yet, on Facebook, we are allowed to actually get statements from the Azov battalion itself through Ukrainian news outlets as if these neo-Nazis were some kind of legitimate news source. So would you care to explain to me, Zuck, how saying something sarcastically about the Azov battalion is bad, but literally repeating and broadcasting their white supremacist propaganda is okay? Go ahead, Zuck. I'll give you a moment to think about it. What's that? You're not going to think about it? Oh, okay. It's okay. I expect that anyway. Of course, Facebook has a very long history of supporting white supremacist and other forms of hate speech, particularly those coming out of Israel. You know, Facebook has always been very sympathetic to Israel and very hateful towards the legitimate right of Palestinians to resist genocide from the Zionist occupation. But it seems all so interesting that allegedly Nazis are not allowed to speak and we stand against hate speech, yet here you are, very clearly broadcasting it and allowing it to happen. Not just allowing it, promoting it, because it comes from the pro-US angle of the Ukrainian government. Now, this video isn't supposed to be about the Russian-Ukrainian war, which I have several videos on, and I'm not on Russia's side or Ukraine's side whatsoever. I see this as an inter-imperialist conflict, of which the victims will be the Ukrainian people in Donbass and Lugansk, who they have the legitimate right to leave Ukraine and become their own separate countries if they want. That's their free and fair democratic right to do. What's here is having to listen to Nazis whine about not being able to get their message on platforms, and it's all of the liberals and the cultural Marxists and whatever boogeyman idea they created now to demonize everything as some kind of totalitarian control censoring them, when it's very clear that neo-Nazis are very much allowed to spread whatever it is they want, just so long as they work in the interests of the U.S. empire. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.